In an unexpected turn of events, Yandy Smith Harris announced her pregnancy on her Instagram story on Friday night, throwing social media into a frenzy as fans rushed to congratulate her. Everyone was shocked by M. Harris' response, or rather, the lack thereof, after she posted love emojis in her comments. Yes, not a single public her own husband made the comment, but instead of showing excitement or reposting it, or even just saying congratulations, Mendeecees unfollowed Yandy on Instagram a few hours after she made it. A strange black screen with the words, "Everything that glitters ain't gold," was posted with the announcement, and it vanished offline. Now the speculations are out of control about what is really occurring. Is this romantic relationship ending in private? Yandy kept guys in the dark about her pregnancy. Even worse, Mendeecees are questioning if the kid is according to those close to the marriage. Things have been tough for a while, but no one saw this coming. This situation has all the makings of a reality TV meltdown. We're going to analyze everything, so grab some popcorn. Mendeecees' silence speaking volumes as fans speculate about treachery and personal pals taking sides. It was a simple black and white image of an ultrasound with a pink glow that was gently focused with the camera, and it appeared just as the internet was starting to recover from Yandy's enigmatic story. As the message states, God's timing is always perfect. Yet what should have been a moment of joy and celebration swiftly turned into doubt, speculation, and most importantly, mistrust among followers. Saw very immediately that something was off. The post was poorly received by Mendeecees, and he had kept quiet about it. In reality, he was not present, and his own tale was not where he had reposted it. In addition to being completely silent, MC unfollowed Yandy, deleted all of her most recent images, and in the hour that followed, a message that could be heard throughout the internet shattered the silence. From his grid and penned an essay using the simple phrase "loyalty hits different." That was all that was needed, and within minutes, Twitter was ablaze with theories about whether there had been a clandestine breakup. Was Yandy being dishonest, or was there something that Mendeecees was hiding? The comment that followed, which has since been removed, broke everything apart. According to a verified makeup artist who had worked with Yandy only a few weeks before, Wu was chatting in the streets about the kid not being his, and that one-line fan sites were the catalyst for the deluge. Began comparing dates, comparing attire, and figuring out when Yandy and Mendeecees were last seen together in public. As it turned out, they hadn't attended any events together for a fan account posted a now viral video from a recent Instagram live roughly 2 months ago, in when Yandy was questioned about Mendeecees. She hesitated and provided a hesitant grin and said, "We're just working things out right now." The fissures were visible, and the whispers turned into shouts and anonymous claims that just when the rumors were becoming more fantastic by the second, someone close to the couple submitted a supposedly insider tip to a popular gossip site. According to the same article, Yandy did find out she was pregnant 2 weeks earlier, but she chose not to tell men straight immediately. Instead, the honor was handed to someone who was only known as an Atlanta friend. Another startling revelation took DC off surprise. Someone else informed him that he was not logging due of this, regardless of whether the baby was his. Fans' reactions, unbeknownst to him, were completely disorganized as soon as Team Yandy and Team Mendeecees were formed. Some fiercely backed Yandy, saying she had been traveling a lot lately without her husband and had just been seen hanging out with a mysterious business partner that no one had ever heard of, so she had every right to reveal her pregnancy as she saw appropriate. Previously, many were quick to accuse her of having a suspicious mind, but she didn't say anything, at least not publicly or privately. But it was anything from a voicemail left late that night. The voice on the tape, which was allegedly from a member of MC's inner circle, sounded uncannily like him and obviously emotional. It was posted to a celebrity gossip website. "I've always had her back, and now she throws this at me, a baby, who's because it wasn't me." That one footage went viral online, and for those who have followed the pair through everything, it was more than just drama. From Mendeecees' prison term to their tearful wedding vows on Love and Hip Hop, Yandy's most loyal fans felt deceived, heartbroken, and perplexed. Where had Yandy been? Or was this all a massive misunderstanding that was blown out of proportion by the internet's ravenous need for when Judy Harris MC's mother went live on Facebook the next? Instead, they got angry July day. The topic became much more complicated. Fans were expecting damage control, but began by addressing the camera directly and declaring, "Let me tell you something, I'm tired of people making fun of my son's name. He is Yandy, should keep it charming since she's a good man and faithful, but I'm not sure what games she believes she's doing because I got receipts from her." Said that, despite the broadcast being cut short, there were enough acknowledgments and receipts. What's the matter? By this time, bloggers were on high alert as rumors began to circulate. The conjecture reached new heights. Was Yandy in love with someone else? Had their relationship really ended when the kid was conceived? Or were messes just being angry? And just 2 months ago, someone insecurely found out that Yandy had been often liked and following posts from a recognized fitness trainer in Atlanta, which stoked the flames. The trainer stated, "You're shining different lately," was said in a comment under one of her photos, and guess what? It has since been taken off. It was ominously timed to shady, and then the real surprise emerged. An anonymous direct message purporting to be from someone working at an Atlanta clinic was posted on Blabber. It said that Yandy had just arrived for her appointment and that she wasn't alone, and that the guy she was seeing wasn't the clinic staff described him as athletic, light-skinned, ragged, and sporting a diamond earring. The guy kept mumbling. Yandy reportedly said, "I didn't ask for your permission. It's taking place. You had better take the initiative even though you're sure you want to keep it." The absence of photographs or supporting proof in the post sent social media into a frenzy, with all eyes on this mysterious character. However, just when it seemed like there was no hope left, Mendeecees finally spoke out. More problematic, he went live with his face partly in shadow and the dimly lit broadcast. He was clearly worn out and fatigued, and I was saddened. He started out with a composed but irate tone, saying, "I'm not here to criticize anyone." He stopped, taking a big breath. "You can't play me, but don't tamper with my name. I at least deserve the truth if I was a man enough to support you through everything, even when you were at your lowest and the world was against you. Like the rest of you, I discovered out online on Instagram. Do you think a guy should find out he's having a kid that way? If so, you'll respect me for a while." After just 3 minutes, the live feed ended with no questions, tags, or names, but the damage had already been done, and everyone was waiting to see what Yandy would do next. Nobody could have foreseen that the next month would bring a new twist that would throw into question whether she would reply to the rumors honestly or let silence speak for itself. Just hours after M's death, Yandy finally made her move, but not in the manner fans had expected. The drama didn't stop the sorrow, however. With no tearful videos, no meandering speech, and no physical address, Late Night Live left social media in a trance. Instead, she posted a serene picture of with her palm resting gently on her small bed pieces. She stood barefoot in a sunlit yard wearing a flowing white dress. The caption's simple message was happy, and if she was trying to seem calm and indifferent, enlarging it worked well. But what if she thought it would quiet the chaos? No, it had the opposite effect since the calm clarity demands emerged in the comments section after Mendeecees claimed to have discovered the Optimism Act via Instagram. "Would you mind providing an explanation?" Then the real heat came. Ems loved the post, but after 60 seconds, he hated it and posted garden vibes while you were nearby. Someone captured it on camera, got a screenshot, and the internet took a further turn for the worse following that one error. Marriage is on fire is insane. As the TikToker's video went popular on fan sites, people started to wonder whether Yandy was gaslighting Mies or if he was concealing anything else. They suspected that Mies was furious because he had been refused her. According to a well-known YouTube blogger, Mendeecees was entirely excluded from Yan's covered agreement, not because the kid wasn't his, but rather because branding health brand to document her pregnant experience. The blogger claims that it's not even about the baby. Rather, it's about the bag. Some proponents of this theory abruptly changed their minds, and it was Mendeecees Southeast who was jealous. Samantha Wallace's husband, rather than merely Yandy, the potential cheater at that time, caused the situation to become even more tumultuous. In the midst of all this drama, his ex-girlfriend and the mother of one of his kids entered the chat. Her enigmatic TikTok instantly went viral with no comments or captions. The arithmetic isn't right. As she drank her tea in accordance with the protocol, she, mathing baby. And then the mayhem started asking her if she knew anything. Then startled the following with a statement a few hours later, saying that when you're the only one faithful, devotion isn't enough. Fans instantly started to question if she was behind Mendeecees, whether she was confirming that the kid wasn't his or was she secretly condemning him. The internet didn't care since they read it too fast at the time. As if things were ready to blow out, a voice memo that claimed to be from Yandy herself surfaced online. In the message, a lady who sounded just like Yandy was heard crying to a friend. "Didn't cheat. I didn't even live with him for a time before he left. I needed someone to be there for me while I was hurting. And now that I'm trying to move on, I'm being labeled as." She went on to say that I wasn't being treated as if I didn't exist, that I'm not hiding, and that now that I'm pregnant, everyone wants to behave like a brand new person. Supporters were split toward those who had already made up their minds. Some immediately offered compassion, pointing out that the pregnancy may have happened during the separation, so theoretically it wasn't cheating. Others were less. The revelation by itself, however, did not startle many as much as the person she supposedly depended on, since just a few days before, she had said that marriage is nasty no matter what. Everything went viral after her long-standing business colleague, Elijah Moore, a fitness celebrity and motivational speaker based in Atlanta, tagged Yandy in an Instagram story. The caption read, "Some nights just make sense." It was taken down after a few minutes, and now that Elijah's name had suddenly reappeared, it had a grainy image of 2 wine glasses on a rooftop terrace. Once the voice note had been released, people were trying to piece together whether he was Elijah Moore, the mysterious person at the clinic who mumbled that he wasn't ready to be a parent and carried out Yandy's purported when Mendeecees' following move failed to defuse the issue. He went live again, but did it really attempt to extend her brand, or was it more about providing her more options? Wasn't comfortable this time. He was obviously unhappy, saying, "I'm tired of being the fool. You guys don't even know me. They all spoke about me like I was the villain. Although I was strong and devoted, what should you do if you are continually being treated disrespectfully?" Grinning and acting as if nothing is wrong. "As far as this infant is concerned," he went on, "I'll handle things in private. But you folks have me totally perplexed if you believe I'm taking the F-Lin to stepdaddy someone else's problem because of someone else's mess." TikTok's tweets and memes immediately gained popularity, and admirers began to wonder whether Mendeecees threatened to end the collaboration completely. In the meanwhile, Yandy said nothing, made no postings, and the next morning she shared a single phrase on her page, "Single life, no interviews." Some facts on Instagram stories are too precious to share with those who are just interested in gossip and not in healing. Yet it wasn't completed or even near, since the idea that Yandy's kid may not be genetically. When Mendeecees' second ultrasound scan appeared online, it showed twins. No one had predicted such turn, and the fans were shocked at the moment. Are they twins? Of incidents, one of the images seemed to have a label at the top that said Smith Harris, suggesting that Yandy was the source, but the real question was if they were both the children of the same father. One of the responses on the internet was, "What if this is one of those rare cases where the babies got different DS?" That got viral is really the Love and Hip Hop Paternity Edition. Said that what had started off as a modest series had evolved into a whole series. The ultrasound image suddenly became a high-stakes, emotionally charged play involving several paternities, and everything would shift with the next revelation. With the release of the twins' ultrasound, the conversation had entirely transformed. What began as a shocking pregnancy announcement has now turned into a complicated network of unsolved problems. Hurt feelings, growing violence, and irrational rumors about anything on the internet There were many secret affairs and medical oddities. But behind the scenes, things were becoming much more. On that day, personal Yandy was seen leaving a private object office in Manhattan. Despite sporting dark sunglasses and a pull-down sweater, the second ultrasound leaked online. It's difficult to overlook her growing pregnant bump. Paparazzi captured every photo. Tamika, her business partner, is adjacent to her guys, Al Jamor, and reporters shouted questions to their old buddy, but Yandy said nothing. Tanika, however, went overboard and turned to face the flashing cameras before boarding a waiting SUV, but sufficient to make clear what was occurring. Rashida and Mendeecees are too close and personal for there to be any misunderstanding when the tape was released. Everything changed and the internet went crazy. Some followers were devastated, while others were incensed that the accusations were true. Unquestionably, the ensuing turmoil in the days following the video spread like wildfire. Links were posted on obscure sites, screenshots were captured, and clips were circulated. Apologies didn't satisfy anybody before being swiftly withdrawn, but the harm had already been done. What the public wanted now was responsibility, and as tensions hit their peak, Yandy shared the chillingly straightforward statement, "You can't heal in a place that broke you," on Instagram with a black screen. Fans were shocked and speculated when she unfollowed Rashida and deleted any references to Mendeecees from her account. This happened with every anniversary post and family trip. That Yandy had already spoken with divorce attorneys and was discreetly preparing to leave, that this wasn't the end, but rather the start of her own personal liberation. In the meanwhile, Rashida vanished from view after calling off the fashion line event, deleting her social media accounts, and withdrawing into even her mother, who was often her worst offender, left a mysterious note about the silence in her home. Sometimes the ones you raise let you down the most. Mendeecees also stopped talking, and he disappeared from social events in Miami. It's possible that he worked behind the scenes with his public relations team and on the internet, but he didn't forget old footage of Reeser crying at Kirk's betrayals and displaying Rashida while fans try to put together the history. Remembering how Yandy had supported DC while he was incarcerated in spite of all he had done to her. But it seemed that the roles had been reversed when the bombshell was dropped. Reported an offer for a documentary series with the working title ATL Betrayal, which was leaked in an email exchange between Rashid's manager and a reality show producer. The offer was genuine, the money was enormous, and the filmmakers wanted an uncensored behind-the-scenes glimpse of the scandal, but Rashida's team reportedly declined, claiming that one insider said Rashida wasn't prepared and didn't want to make her suffering into a television show. Considering everything, Kirk, who is often the expert at transforming drama into screen time, advised her to stay away from the project before we talk since we need to heal the insider. Claimed, but supporters weren't prepared to take action on petitions that called for Mendeecees to be barred from future performances, while others focused on Rashida's support. Calling on businesses to cut their connections with her, the public's demands for answers turned the dispute into a reckoning as Jasmine made a triumphant comeback, releasing images of past chats between KP and Rashida along with receipts, indicating that she was aware of his infidelity long before the public was. We all receive trash. Some of us simply know how to keep it clean in public, but Jasmine did a good job playing the victim in her post-thread, leaving admirers in shock. Was Rashida really the victim? Or had she was acting independently? Had she known about Mendeecees' behavior? Or was this the first time she had been? Kirk uploaded a rare update of himself in the studio, his eyes full of passion, with the message, "Sometimes good people, while the drama intensified, make poor decisions, which does not make them wicked. Rather, it just makes them human. I'm sorry, but it was the only answer given." Fans were split. One lady, reality TV queen Mona Scott, stayed oddly quiet amid all the uproar, while some sought more information and others praised the simplicity. The one who had planned the ascent and decline of several celebrities and was the mastermind of hip-hop and love was allegedly rearranging the plot. According to sources, production was underway. Hold while Mona brought Yandy. together with Rashima for a historic. Fans were left wondering if could these two women really have this happened. Once so mere, now stand directly in front of the fallout from this shocking betrayal, however. Even when the dust cleared, there were too many questions remain unanswered. Why was the footage released now? Deliberate action or a request for assistance? What would occur with the connections at the